Alright, what's up guys and welcome back. Yeah, again, it's been a long time. There was a bunch of stuff going on in my life. I'm done with university for one thing. Went on vacation, and in general just had a lack of interest to play classic. Yeah, I saw the Midsummer event pop up in which I wanted to complete. However, sadly, while we take down this Axis bug down there, I was on vacation while the event is going on, or while it was going on. I think technically it's still going on right now for like a few hours, but there's no way I can achieve anything meaningful in that. And that pig might charge. Nope, it turned around. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate that I missed that, but what can you do? But I do have a lot of free time now for a bit, mainly until the middle end of August-ish. Well, let's see if we can actually get one more access here. We can. That one's just a female, so nothing too interesting here. But that one is down. 89 scoring. Looked a lot bigger, honestly, but I really cannot guess the score on these. It's really hard. Or estimate that. But yeah, got 2 access here. I'm happy to be back, and hopefully we can get some good stuff, and maybe during my free time finally hit the top 1000. We'll see. And far off in the distance, there should be a kangaroo. You can see it for the brush right there. It is. I'm still looking for that 85 plus here, and this one has a pretty decent score estimate, both weight and score up to 95, so it definitely has the potential to be what I'm looking for. And dropped it right there. No issues at all, and there's this hog running away, so maybe we can actually got another double kill here. Just a female, but of course the main part is the hunter score. I'm sure after like what these 3 months or whatnot, I've not played the game at all. I'm sure I've dropped down a few places on the leaderboard, so hopefully we can get those back pretty quick. Drop it right there. Of course, we're using a fairly powerful rifle here for this one. I do also have the 223. Hoping to get some goats of that, but this one is honestly not a bad start here for a kangaroo. 72.6. Of course, that's not even close to what we're looking for 85, but I don't think you can expect an 85 all that often. Otherwise, it wouldn't be as nice. But yeah, not a bad start. Hopefully, we can get one, and let's keep going. Since I've last played, they also came out with a little bit of new content, especially towards the skull mounts. I believe they fixed a few bugs and also added a wider variety of animals that can in fact be skull mounted, and feral hog are one of them. And we have a decent one right there, dropped it fairly easily here with a probably a double lung. Might have even snuck down into the heart. But yeah, definitely looking for one of those. Don't have any skull mount just yet. There's something running off there in the distance, but that's whatever. Of course, hoping for at least a 1000 plus to mount. Anything higher than that would of course be better. But let's take a look at this one first here. 834. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not great. Not worthy for the school mount, but a decent start again. Hopefully, we can improve upon all the scores we've had so far just a tiny bit, and then they'll really be really nice. Now, I just spooked this Axis deer over here. It looks fairly big, but as I said earlier, I'm pretty horrible at even estimating these scores. It looks like this one would have been great for one of the missions out there, but probably not in the end. I think I hit it. No, I'm not too sure. Again, I think it dropped there, so I'm fairly certain hit it twice. But even one shot, no matter what body, leg, whatever is usually fine with this rifle. It's fairly powerful and able to bring it down rather quickly no matter what you hit, so we'll go grab that one real quick. Now it's definitely gonna be bigger than the first one we had. That one was just an 89. And now that I'm closer to it, it actually does not look as impressive as it looked from the distance here. It's the dark variant, did actually get it twice and 133. Again, significant improvement over the first Axis tier here, so definitely not gonna say no to that. But not quite as big as I imagined it would be, but if we can keep improving it like that, we'll end up with a 200 plus in the next few kills. Finally, an opportunity here to use the 223 with this nice little red fox that's trotting in right there. 15 to 28, a weight estimate that goes up to 15 kilograms. So has the chance to be fairly decent. Now we do have like a 32 something in the lodge, so it's not gonna beat that. But a nice fox is always pretty great. 23.29, not quite as big as it could have been. 84 gem though, that's pretty nice. And of course, just the opportunity here to use the 223, running up those kills, and of course, Red Fox too. I'm probably going to focus on getting some skull mounts up and going now with the new animals, and of course, like the older ones, 12 elk and whatnot, because I really don't have much of that. And of course, speaking of the skull mounts here, I'm talking about that because we do have a feral hog right there. Just a smaller one this time though, sadly, 610 to 800. And right in front of it is this guy right here, 800 to 1000. Now, of course, technically it goes to 1000. Technically, it has 4 digits, but there's pretty much zero chance it's gonna align on that exact 1000 estimate. Maybe you can get 2 again. I think that hit, and it did. It just dropped right there in the scope, so that's honestly pretty nice. Good shot there. I have to, pat myself on the back there a little bit. But yeah, I doubt it's gonna hit that 1000 mark. I don't even know if that's technically possible. Like, even if it says it goes up to 1000, if it's like 1000.000, if that actually would still fall into it, or if it wouldn't. I'm actually not sure. I'm confusing myself here. Let's check the score and ignore all of that. 831. I think that's pretty much the exact same size as the first one we had, which is a little bit unfortunate because it had 800 to 1000 estimates, so definitely could have at least been like a 900-ish, which would have been at least a semi-improvement. But let's see what this guy is here. Second one running away. 696. Of course, that one is significantly smaller, but 2 hawks, nice GM, and at least an opportunity at a decent hawk. Now this is what I was looking for the lodge here. 1040 score estimate up to 1230, which means luckily enough it's guaranteed to at least be 4 digits, which means it's definitely going into the lodge. And it even has the opportunity right here to be absolutely massive, hitting even any spot on the leaderboard as technically possible with that score estimate. A fairly good weight estimate to follow as well, I think. 190 to 200. Don't think it really gets any bigger than that. There were 2 male kangaroos running off in the distance, which I didn't actually spot before. I did see all of these female ones and those hawks, and of course this one right there was by far the biggest one. And yeah, pretty excited for this. Of course, the 1000 is guaranteed, but there's of course hope for it to be a 1100 plus, or maybe even a 1200 plus. I think it's 1200 plus. If it hits that, it would be first on the leaderboard no matter what. I don't think there's currently one that is 1-2. They all are either 1-1 or maybe even 109 at the very bottom here. Let's take a look. Good weight and 1110.95. That is absolutely insane here. Don't think it's my biggest one, but I don't think my biggest one is like much bigger than this one. I think it's like 1117, so somewhere along those lines. So definitely not a big improvement here. Right, I guess a smaller one from my personal best. And most definitely gonna tag stat right there, skull mount. I was debating making it into like a normal mount, but I do already have those, and I'm sure we'll come across another one here. Of course, the trophy shot is mandatory in this case. Hog like that, you don't get every hunt. I think it places somewhere in the leaderboard, somewhere in the top 100. So that's also actually pretty nice to see. Always love to see my name on there, even if it's just at the bottom. Just kind of a sign that you do really play the game and occasionally get lucky. But of course, that was pretty awesome. And I do think we'll end it after the next kill, maybe this one. Alrighty, we're going to be into this episode on rank 1942, which sadly means we've lost 31 ranks positions since the last time I played. Unfortunate, but nothing to be done about that. Also ending on 25,490 underscore, which means we've actually gained 75 since the last episode. But yeah, that's fine. As I said, technically today would be the last day of the Midsummer's Day. I, I don't think I'll try anything. I don't really want to disappoint myself, getting like close to the mission or something and just not be able to finish it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, and bye bye.